Hey guys, it's Rich with another Tarot Talk Tuesday. In this one, I am doing a deck review and reveal of the Halloween Tarot by Kipling West, produced by US Games in 1996 and 2016. So this does come in a kit version. This one is not the kit version, obviously. One thing I want to say before I get too far into this is if you are watching this on the day of its release, Happy Halloween, Happy Samhain, in whatever capacity you like to celebrate it. So, getting into the deck. So, first things first, US Games flip-top box. Really wish they would put the half moon thingy in here so it's easier to open. That's why I had it opened already, because I have a difficult time opening these. So, that being said, let's get into the Little White Book, which is in fact a Little White Book. It talks about Halloween. It talks about this deck in particular. It talks about reading the cards, gives 2 spreads, and has a little blurb on both majors and minor arcana. Now, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a voiceover whenever I actually start doing the reveal itself, a little bit about this deck. So, something that I noticed before I even read it, that I noticed in the cards, that is quite funny in a way. It's kind of cool. You don't see it in many decks, and I'll be reading about that while I am doing the flip through. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys down, and you guys can see the deck, and we can compare it to the Rider-Waite-Smith, also by US Games, as we usually do. So, let's go ahead and bring you down into the nether regions. Okay, so now that you are in the nether regions, a couple things about this deck. You get a little title card. Okay, that's to be expected. Let's go ahead and use that to compare sizes. It is the same exact size as the Rider-Waite-Smith, as I said, also by US Games. The backs of the cards are fully reversible. Thank you for doing that. I love fully reversible decks. So, awesome that they did that. Like I said, you get a little title card. Not really glossy. Not like the old school Rider-Waite-Smith, but it does have like a semi-gloss to it. So let's get that out of the way. This is a nice little title card. And I'm going to go ahead and read this to you right now. And if you hear that little music, that is the Ice Cream Man coming around. This is being filmed in September. So September 2nd, I think, is the date. So, anyway, the little title card here reads, The Halloween Tarot. Sometimes our lives seem shadowy and it's hard to tell what's around the next corner. Much like Halloween night, when what is imagined is probably much scarier than what is really going on. Whatever the season, jump into the festive, if slightly freakish, old-time Halloween world of Kipling West, and let the tarot cards help you take a closer look at what may be lurking in the shadows of your life. The Halloween Tarot deck is divided into 22 cards of Major Arcana and 56 cards of the Minor Arcana, in the suits of pumpkins, representing pentacles and earth, bats as swords and air, ghosts as cups and water, and imps as wands and fire. For the complete guide to the Halloween Tarot and the origins and customs of Halloween, look for the Halloween Tarot book, available from US Game Systems Incorporated. Welcome to Halloween. So, nice little excerpt there. And let's discuss thickness of the decks. This deck is a little bit thicker than the Rider-Waite-Smith, as you can see. I think these cards are absolutely so much fun. So, I got this because of the fun factor, and I got these because, you know, if I'm doing a reading during Halloween, this would be the card deck to use. It's so much fun. It's so appropriate for the season, so appropriate for the day itself. And yeah, I really like this deck. So as far as either reading for somebody that's, just wants to have fun with tarot, or if you're reading for somebody that has a fear of tarot, you can definitely use a deck like this, and it's a little less fearful. So having a nice, light, playful deck for a reading like that is very much a great thing. You don't want something daunting and a little bit on the darker side like the Deviant Moon whenever you're reading for somebody that has a fear of tarot. Using something like this is a little bit more playful, a little bit more fun. The structure of the tarot deck hasn't changed much over time. A complete tarot deck has 78 cards divided into 2 sets, 22 pictorial cards called Major Arcana, and 56 cards divided into 4 suits called the Minor Arcana, the forerunner of modern playing cards. The word arcana comes from the Latin word arcane, which means secret, hidden in a chest, mysterious, obscure, knowable only to insiders. And it's true. The secrets of the tarot are anchored in centuries of symbols and images, legends, myths, philosophies, and beliefs from cultures all over the world. But don't be discouraged by the abundant images and the rich history of tarot. Symbols, by definition, are supposed to make complex ideas easier to understand. Successful tarot readings are based on what you do see, and whatever flashes of insight into your own life the pictures may offer you. In fact, think of yourself as the black cat that appears in every card of the Halloween deck. He is your touchstone and travels through the deck with you as your companion. Sometimes he reflects the meanings of the card, but sometimes he's just a casual observer along for the ride. So I like the way that they have the cat in every single one. I think it's so cute. I think it's a nice little touch, the way that Kipling West put it in every single one of the pictures in this deck. I think it's so cool. I wish more decks would actually do this. Give you something either hidden or not so hidden that you kind of have to find. I think it's so cool to have something that you just kind of need to find in each one. And I really like that in this deck, the cat is either an observer or it kind of personifies what's happening in the card, the types of feelings that it has. And I'm kind of giving it away where the cat's at in all of these, and I hope you guys don't hate me for that, but I had to go back because I started noticing after my first flip through, and this is only like the second or third time that I've looked at this deck, but I noticed after like the first flip through, I had to go back and I had to look through every single card and find the little cat. So, oh, that's so cute. The imps are holding the cat. And then it looks like I got a little smudge there. It looks like it's it rubbed a little bit on something. But that's okay. This is just such a fun deck. Where's the cat in this one? We're not flipping until I find the cat. Seriously now, where's the cat? Hold on. Oh, the cat's in the window right there. You see him? In the window? So cute, so cool. So, okay, let me get back on track. There we go. Okay. Yep. I have to stop and find the cat every single time, and I did not notice or I did not remember where he was in that one. I remember going through and looking for him in every single card. But, yep, there he is. It's like a game of Where's Waldo. Matter of fact, is there a Where's Waldo tarot deck? I think that would be so much fun, where you have to find Waldo in every single card. If that has not been done, I'm going to need somebody to get on that, like Toot Sweet. So, yeah. We definitely have to make that happen. And then can we also do a Carmen Sandiego deck? Like, where in the world is she? I think that would just be so much fun. There he is. Oh, he's carrying him. Oh. Like I said, this is such a fun deck. Oh, there he is. That I would not mind reading with this deck for other people, especially at a Halloween party or a get-together of sorts. I think it would just be so much fun to do that, especially if you're like a tarot reader and you just want to have fun with it. I think this is definitely an appropriate deck for a Halloween party of sorts, a costume party where you have somebody dressed up as a tarot reader and they're reading actual tarot cards, and even though they may the people may think they're only getting a fun little fake reading, that it's actually a real reading and with a real tarot deck. But I definitely think this would be an icebreaker type of deck that you can use. Definitely, for the most part, I see a lot of appropriate things whenever it comes to this deck. Now, the Four of Pumpkins, I guess I can see where that's going on that one. This one almost made me cry, because this guy is pulling this guy, and there's the cat, by the hand, but he dropped his candy, and it's so sad. I almost cried, oddly enough. Tarot decks usually don't make me cry, but that one just, I mean, I totally got the feels for that little child. So, matter of fact, no, that's not him in this one. So, I mean, it just totally gave me the feels for that child spilling his candy and being pulled away. So, all the feelings. Where's he at? There he is. Like I said, for the most part, this seems like a fairly good deck. For the most part, everything seems appropriately put. And I'm just enthralled by this little cat, dude. You know, it's just so cool, and I do love cats. Oddly enough, I don't have the Cats Tarot or any of the Bohemian Cats, I think it is, or Cats of Prague, or I don't have any of those decks, but you know, maybe in the future I will. So, how does it shuffle? Because, you know, as people that like to read tarot, how does it shuffle? Fairly good, you know, especially for a brand new deck. Oh, and I forgot to say that it can go borderless. You can definitely go borderless with this if you wish. Like I said, thicker cardstock makes it a little bit difficult to shuffle on the first try. So let's try it again. It's got a little bit more snapback than if you know what I mean with like it comes back to form a little bit quicker, probably because it is a thicker cardstock than the Rider-Waite Smith. It doesn't like have that bending to it. It's a little bit thicker. At a glance, it's not ethnically diverse, but then again, it's Halloween and make-believe and costumes and stuff like that. So in a way, it actually is ethnically diverse because you have skeletons, you have ghosts, you have scarecrows and witches and stage magicians, and then you have like vampires and ogres and Frankenstein, the Bride of Frankenstein. You have fun things. So I mean, it kind of is ethnically diverse if you really want to get nitpicky on it. The finish, if I didn't mention it before, I can't remember now if I mentioned it, has more of a matte finish, a little bit of a semi-gloss, but not too glossy. So yeah, I think that's all that I have for this deck. So happy Halloween to everybody. This is definitely a deck that I shall be using, probably in readings, probably whenever it gets closer to this time of the year. I'll probably break this deck out a little bit and do some readings with them then. And you know what? Nope, I got it. Okay. I really wish they would have put a half moon thing here. I guess I could probably do it, but you know what? I'm too dang lazy for it. But anyway, that is the Halloween Tarot, produced by US Games and created by Kipling West. Wonderful little story in the Little White Book about how she came up with this deck. And I really kind of wish I would have gotten the kit version instead of this version, because the kit version has a little bit more behind the scenes, as well as, I would assume, more on the interpretations. So I really like the deck itself. I probably would go the kit version though, if that is something that really matters to you. Let me know how you like this. I absolutely love this deck. I think it's just so much fun. It's kind of like the Housewives Tarot, where it's fun to look at, but this one, unlike the Housewives Tarot, which I think will probably just be in its box for the most part, because it is so much fun looking at, but it doesn't have really a lot of the substance that I usually look for compared to this one. This one, like I said, I'll break it out whenever Halloween comes around, or if there's a costume party or something like that. I think it's very appropriate for those situations, and it's just so much fun, and I absolutely love the little kitty. So, awesome deck. Thank you, Kipling West, for coming out with this in 1996, and again, the remake in 2016. Thank you, US Games, for producing this. Definitely a deck that I would suggest you getting if you do readings at costume parties and whatnot. So anyway, now I'm rambling on about the same thinking things. I shall go and do more videos. So yes, I think what is it that I have for next week? And I do want to preface this by saying, if I mention having a deck that is coming up and I do a different like a tag video or something in between, which I may end up doing because I'm doing these in bulk, I'm gonna have this as the next scheduled one. So, or I'll put in the video why it's being aired at a different time or something like that. Anyway, this one is specifically for Halloween, so I'm definitely gonna have this one airing on Halloween, on Samhain. So anyway, the next one that I have coming up is the Dark Angels Tarot. So join me on another Tarot Talk Tuesday for the Dark Angels Tarot. But until next time, may you have a happy Halloween, happy Samhain, or whatever holiday you are celebrating today. And, of course, until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye-bye.